Well, taking a break from his criminal hush money trial, Donald Trump is in the Bronx tonight with his pitch to voters for a second run at the White House.
All right, he's holding a campaign rally in one of the most Democratic counties in the country with the hopes of flipping New York red, something that hasn't been done since Ronald Reagan in 1984.
Well, we've got a live look at Crotona Park, where the crowd is already starting to show up. Trump's campaign says he's expecting several thousand people.
All right, Fox 5 is going to have live team coverage throughout the night from both Trump's rally and a Democratic event being held nearby in protest. Michelle Ross starts things off with a reaction from the Bronx community tonight. Michelle.
Steve, many people have traveled from near and far, some as far as the South, others as close as other boroughs. But the question tonight is, how do Bronxites feel about the former president, Donald Trump, holding a rally right here in their backyard? It's been 40 years since a Republican presidential nominee turned the blue state of New York red. And it looks like Donald Trump is making an effort to break that streak by holding a rally in the South Bronx. People who live in the borough say it's unexpected.
I'm surprised. I would have never thought it, but I'm glad he is.
I feel like it's interesting because I wouldn't think he would come to this part of the Bronx or this part of the area. So it's just caught my attention, so that's why I'm here.
In 2016, Trump won less than 10% of the vote in the Bronx. That increased to 16% the following election in 2020. As polls show, he's gaining popularity among the Black and Hispanic vote. Not everyone is happy with his visit to their neighborhood.
Yeah, he should never came over here. They don't want him over here. I've been here, living over here all my life. I'm 72, going to 73. And I know people on these neighborhoods, they don't like him.
The rally is being held in Crotona Park, which is in New York's 15th congressional district, the poorest congressional district in the country.
Well, I think it's good for him to get to places that he doesn't have, his usual support base, and just expand his message, really. But also, he doesn't really have a choice other than to be here. He's kind of stuck in the city for full time, basically. So I think he's making the best of his situation.
Now, we also reached out to Congressman Richie Torres's office. His team directed me to an op-ed that he wrote where he partly blames the former president for the persistent poverty in the borough. And he writes, in part, from the moment he entered politics, Trump has been waging war on the American poor, targeting anti-poverty programs like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, which feeds 40 million Americans. Again, we are in the poorest congressional district, and tonight Donald Trump will try to connect with the residents here. We're live in the South Bronx in Crotona Park. Michelle Ross, Fox 5 News.